You being such a defensive stalwart, what are some defensive gems that you have for other big kids, near 7-footers, that have the tools but don't get stops like they should? You know, this for all 7-footers out there that got all the tools in the world, but they don't lock shit up.
I would say just keep your hands up. That's one. Second is always be low. Since they're already faster than you, if let's say you're not that athletic in general, just be low. If you can be quicker if you're lower. Not quicker than the person guarding you, but you be quicker than you usually are if you're lower. So hands up. Always stay low so you can be ready to jump or contest something. Talk. You should be probably the loudest person on the court. I feel like the point guard and the center is always like some of the most important, probably the two most important. Because the point guard sees everything on offense and the 5-man sees everything on defense. So it's like he's at the furthest back, and once on offense, the point guard is furthest top. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, like you should be vocal. You should be the loudest person. You can't be a soft-spoken person at a 5 position. Like even if you score, you can't help us on defense because you don't really talk.
How important is verticality as a 5-man?
It's very important. I think until you show that you're of that caliber that can block somebody without fouling, you should just go up and just go up straight until you get that block and people start to get confidence in you. Obviously, you have to take risks sometimes, but that's part of the game because like it's the same shit with shooting a 3 that's over. Everybody said don't shoot. If it go in, everybody love you, but if you foul somebody, if you miss, they don't really love you. Like they're like, why he so selfish? Why he missed that? Why he could have passed it too? Yeah. But if he made it, like, yeah, I told you or whatever. But the same thing with blocking the shot, like yo, he really blocked everything. You foul one time and say, bro, he jumped for everything.
Yeah. He a big dummy.
Yeah.
Oh God. My final question for you, something that we had in confidence. You spoke on how height being such a great conversation starter and a networking tool. And I don't think a lot of motherfuckers running around at a 6'5", 6'6".
That's why I don't cold call. I go in person.
Now talk about that, because I don't think people don't realize how much of a conversation starter height can be. And obviously ball players are some of the tallest human beings walking around, but they only talk to other ball players. They don't talk to other regular people.
Yeah, I know.
Can you speak about that?
I mean...
And some of the doors that have opened for you just from being 6'11", 7 feet.
Being tall is like... a lot of people are on their guard when they meet people. When they see a tall person, they just like... Sometimes they just marvel at the side of your height, or like they just automatically respect you off jump or want to hear what you have to say off jump. It's like things. So it's like when you shorter... I feel like you have to earn more. You have a harder time earning respect from the jump. Like when people see you, they're on guard, like, who is this guy coming to pitch this to us? Who is this guy? They be like, when they see me, it's like, even I know like even like I feel like 6'11" or tall people just are like poster boards, like they're walking poster boards. They're so huge. So whatever company you represent or whatever you represent, they're like, yo, who's he with? Who's he? Da da da. Even when I'm at the security job, I do the outside door. When people drive by, they're like, what the hell he protecting? Like, I'm saying, like, they're like, yo, what's in there? It must be the best club ever, because like, you gotta get people with this height minimum to guard this shit. It's like, so it's like that when people see it, it's like, yo, this might be legit, or like they were associated with like, I don't know, they associate with great things. I think it's an American thing, but.
Yeah, the bigger we associate anything bigger with better, like you just said, American thing. Yeah. Americans do associate anything that has great sides, it must be better.
Yeah, so, I think I'll even go as far to say it's like a wealth status.
Yeah, absolutely. No one.
You don't see no bored damn fucking broke.
No one no one celebrates wealth more than Americans. No one puts people. Americans think someone who's rich is smart. We're the only people that deem that. If you're rich, you must automatically be smart. Nowhere else in the world do they
rich
think
people
that.
Are like, super rich people are more street smart than like it's not even street smart, like not a street per se, but just like not book smart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, would you say would you say that more people need? Would you say that more tall individuals need to use their height to their advantage and use it as kind of like a icebreaker?
Yeah,
in the real world.
Yeah, you can use it as an icebreaker in the real world. I mean, in general, when you have a talent, you can use your talents to open doors for other things. So that's what I think a lot of people do. Like, I think, I feel like if somebody was, like, if people who, like, talented entertainers, like athletes, singers, or whatever, if they understood the influence they have, like, I feel like the only person who really understands that thing and manipulates it very well is like Kanye. Kanye is like, he was a millionaire, but like, he knows who's following him. He knows that he has an influence. He knows if he says, everybody go to Times Square, people gonna be there.
Yeah.
Like, I think athletes, I think we kind of tell them, athletes and singers, I think we tell them not to speak on certain things because you know how much power they have.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Even if they saying the right thing, if it's the shit you don't want said, like, it's like, yo, people, that all it takes is one person they look up to would be like, yo, I think like this. You know what? I've been thinking like this for a while, but now that you said it, I have faith to stand up and think like this. So, yeah. So people should, going back to that, people should use that for a conversation starter. No.
All right, man. Well, that's about it. That wraps it up, man. Jeff, man, I appreciate you taking the time. Sit with us, talk with us, answer these questions. Definitely think you headed places, bro. Definitely think you're going to conquer anything that you want to conquer laid out in front of you, man. Definitely think there's some hoopers, young, old, current, that need to hear some of the insight that you got. Yeah, some of your outlook on life after basketball, how to walk away from it. I think you said some great stuff today, man. So, anything else you feel like you need to say?
Nice that you said that because I'm supposed to be taking to some kids on Saturday. And also the ball, I mean, everybody stops at some point. Even if you're great at it, you're going to stop at like 35. So what you going to do after is what I'm saying. Like everybody stops eventually. Everybody just kind of like, whoever gets to 35 is like at the top of the hill where hella people fell. Like, people was like, everybody's already falling. Like, that's eventually, yo, what happened? I stopped playing ball. You get 27. Yo, what happened to you? Is it just stopped?
That's
like
a fact.
29. Like, yo, shit wasn't making enough money, bro. 32. It's like, eventually, everybody is gonna get to the point where
it's all over.
It's over.
Just some are gonna last longer than others.
Yeah, even some people, like, I feel like, you know, NBA players or whatever, they finish and then they kinda like move on to, I feel like they kind of move on to like talk shows from then on. Yeah.
The ones that are successful have a successful life after ball, a la Matt Barnes or Steven Jackson. Those dudes then moved over to media.
Right, they usually move over to media, but I be thinking they could be doing something else, like, as long as it's their decision, but I be feeling like they could do, like, use their bread to start making shit, like. But
they probably could. That'll pretty much wraps it up. Appreciate you, Big Jeff.